cuma tanda di dewa sendiri dari di bawah mari
Namo
No. No, let's say no. You need the knife. Please call. Can I not get to the show? She go. Thank you.
Oh, good morning, everyone. Can you hear me okay with this thing? All right. We'd like to welcome you, of course, and really, really happy that you're here. This is, in my view, a most auspicious event and time and situation. So we're very honored to have Rinpoche here. We have I'm always amazed at the spiritual support that this place has, and I can only ascribe that to the pure aspiration of our Sangha. Again, when you get the teachings on the precious human life, where it's like an astronomical view. It's like looking at the universe through the Webb Space Telescope or the Hubble Telescope, that incredible vastness. And the teaching from Pato Rinpoche that to have a precious human life, it's like throwing dry seeds, lentils on the side of a barn. How many stick? It's very, very rare. Because it's our situation, we don't necessarily appreciate that, and we're all kind of lost in that way that the Buddha discovered a long time ago. And when I look at the world, I just think how incredibly fortunate we are that somehow, through all the centuries, these teachings have not disappeared. And especially in this most calamitous century of all, the 20th century. The terrible things that have happened, all the deaths, all the destruction of traditional societies. And so here we are. These teachings are coming down to us in really an unbidden way. Because speaking for myself, I don't see any particular virtue or merit that would allow this to arise in my life. And yet, arisen it has. So we're here today to greet Tritsab Rinpoche. And we're very happy that you can be here and to impart this empowerment. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Prayer book, twice in Tibet and once in English. Page 4, 5 English and Tibet 4. Bala dangwa jebe tra, nova jebe ge, tarba dang tam je jembe, bardo jumba jebe nam jingi su jebe, ma nam ga dang jambe sem jendam she lewa dang den, dunga dang re, nyurdu lana me ba yang dang bardo be jang ju, bo je tu barja, dang dang jebe dra, no jebe ge, tarba dang dam je jen me bardu nyo ba jebe dam je je zo jebe, ma nam ga dang nam be sem jen dam je ewa dang den, dugnel dang re, nyurdu lana me ba yang dang bardu be jan ju Rinpoche to barasha.
All enemies who hate me, hinderers who
Harm me, with those who are self-creation,
and omniscience foremost. May all mother sentient beings equal to space have happiness, be free of suffering, and quickly attain this unsurpassed, complete enlightenment. Mashi bardu lugna ye somje walago. Ering
Sungde Nima Sangda Samgi Bardu Nuye Sumge Walako.
To this end, I apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue until Buddhahood. I apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue until death. I apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue from today until tomorrow at this time. All sentient beings equal to the ends of space take refuge in the nature of all the bodies, speech, minds, qualities, and activities, those thus gone in the 10 directions and 3 times. The wellspring of the 84,000 heaps of Dharma, the sovereign of all the noble Sanghas, the glorious and holy kind root and lineage gurus. We take refuge in the assembly of deities in the Yidams mandala. We take refuge in the Buddha Bhagavans. We take refuge in the holy Dharmas. We take refuge in the noble Sanghas. We take refuge in the assembly of Viras, Dakinis, Dharma protectors, and guardians with the wisdom high. Till I reach the heart of awakening, I take refuge in the Buddhas all. In the Dharma and assembly of Bodhisattvas too, I take refuge. Just as all Sagatas of the past brought to birth the mind of awakening, and in each and every training of Bodhisattvas step by step did dwell, just so for the benefit of beings, I too bring to birth awakened mind, and in each and every training thus, step by step, I'll train myself like so.
Sanje Jodan Zoje Chonam La Janjo Bada Dani Yamzunji Ejin Zongi Be Sonam Gi Drolam Hencher Sanje Dramarsho Sanje Jodan Zongi Jognam La Janjo Bada Dani Yamzunji Daji Jinzi Sonam Gi Drula Menjir
In the Buddha, Dharma, and Assembly Excellent, I take refuge till I come to full awakening. By the merit of my deeds like generosity, may I achieve Buddhahood for beings' benefit. May all mother sentient beings equal to space have happiness and the cause of happiness. May they be free of suffering and the cause of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness free of suffering. May they abide in equanimity, free of attachment and aversion to near and far. By prostrating, offering, and confessing thus, by rejoicing, urging, supplicating too, any little virtue that I have amassed, all I dedicate for full awakening.
Saje boje shujeng mentok tang virab lingji ni denyen bali sanje jing la min ten buwayi drukun nam dak jing du jom.
This ground daubed with fragrant water and with flowers strewn is adorned by Meru, four lands, and by sun and moon. Seeing this to be a Buddha field, I offer it. May all beings experience this pure land. Om Guru Ratna Mandala Pudza Mega Samudra Saparana Samaye Om.
Okay. It's a kashi slapko. Jona Chijora. Tamalol nga do de le tantash tele shuai. The mendo.
Okay, maybe Kempo could have that microphone, because otherwise we're going to have to keep... Okay, yeah, that's true. Or he doesn't need a microphone, actually. Okay, good morning and Tashidelik. So this first visit by His Eminence Tritsab Rinpoche to Rochester is a really unparalleled good fortune for us. You know, it's like within over the course of our lifetime. You know, it's really an incredibly fortunate moment. So we don't have time to talk about Rinpoche's life story in great detail, but we will. But I just want to say a few words. So first of all, Rinpoche's previous incarnation was Gyabra Topden Rinpoche, and he was the tutor. In Tibetan, it's called Yongzin. So generally in English, we say the tutor for both His Holiness Chatsang Rinpoche and His Holiness Chungsang Rinpoche, the two heads of the Drikung Kagyu lineage. He was the tutor for both of these lamas. So Yongzin, this word tutor, Yong means complete, Zin means to hold. So the idea is that the Yongzin for a High Lama is someone who is responsible for their entire education and training in the Dharma. So both. So training their spiritual education in empowerment, oral transmission, and pith instructions. So the full range of their education, the Yongzin or the tutor takes responsibility for that. Now, just to say something about Rinpoche's name, Tritsab means regent in Tibetan, and literally it means like taking the place or representing or replacing on the throne. So this is a really special name. It's not just a regular name. It's not just an ordinary personal name, but it represents the qualities that he embodies. So when we say throne, we're talking about the throne of the two holinesses, Drikung Kyamgyön Chatsang Rinpoche, Drikung Kyamgyön Chungsang Rinpoche. They're two holinesses. If both of them were to not be on the throne, if there's a period where we are without the presence of both of them at the same time, then it is Rinpoche who would take their place as the regent. So, in the Drikung Kagyu tradition, we are fortunate to have many wonderful lamas, many wonderful other, members of the faithful, many wonderful Khenpos and other leaders and teachers, but there's only one person who would replace their holinesses if that time came, and that is Rinpoche. So then to say something about Rinpoche's training, first he studied at the Shedra. He studied the Dharma at the Shedra and the college, philosophy college at Janchumling. And then he entered the retreat center in Almora in northern India. It was the first retreat center established by the Drikung Kagyu tradition in exile. So he completed the 3-year retreat there. And practiced alongside all of the other retreatants in that retreat cycle. And since that time, he has traveled far and wide, teaching the Dharma and giving empowerments, oral transmissions, and pith instructions, and doing deeds to benefit beings who can be tamed, and planting positive habitual imprints in beings' mind streams. So he has devoted himself pointedly to the benefit of sentient beings. So first, I'd just like to thank Rinpoche for his kindness in coming here. And then I'd like to say to all of you who are gathered that, over the course of the next 2 days, we have this opportunity to receive Dharma teachings. And all of you have come here because you have faith and confidence in the Dharma. But let's not just leave it as that, but let's use this opportunity to supplicate, make aspiration prayers, and come with pure motivation to receive these teachings.
Last one. English. Samje namje samba tang loye cheda cheda wang chejun tu mo kengpa yin chujin koro kolu su.
As befits the different wishes of sentient beings and their intellects, turn the Dharma wheel of vehicles, great and small and common. Thus we pray.
Samaya Shri Om Benzara Sadhu Samaya Manu Balaya Benzara Sadhu Adishta Didra Mevawa Sudho
Kayo Mebawa, Subo Kayo Mebawa.
Anurado me bhava sarva siddhi me sarva karma me jidam shriya guru.
Page 39 in the prayer book.
Bhagavana savadada gada benjarama me munje benjere mahasamaya sato. So yeah, we have to recite this Vaisatva mantra together, as you know, because this is the before we receive an empowerment, first we have to purify our negative through this mantra, Vaisatva mantra. Om Benzer Sadhu Samaya Manyo Palaya Benzer Sadhu Dindomba Dishta Didro Membawa Sudo Kayo Memba Subo Kayo Membawa Anurado Membawa Sarva Siddhim Sarva Karma Suzame Siddham Shriya Guru Hong Ha Bhagavan Sarva Tata Benjaram Bami Munze Benjaram Baba Mahasamay Sadhu Om Benjar Sadhu Samay Manu Balaya Benjar Sadhu Dino Ba Tishta Dido Meba Sudo Kayo Membawa Subo Kayo Memba Anurado Membawa Sawa Siddhi Meba Yaza Sarva Gama Suzam Siddham Shriya Guru Hong Ha Bhagavana Savadada Gada Benjaramami Benjaram Bhava Mahasamaya Sato Om Benjara Sadhu Samaya Mano Balaya Benjara Sadhu Dino Tishta Dido Membawa Sudo Kayo Memba Subo Kayo Membawa Anurado Memba Sawa Siddhi Memba Yaza Sawa Gama Suzame Siddham Shriya Guru Ha Bhagav Sawa Dada Gada Benjaramamim Benjaram Bhava Mahasamaya Sadhu Om Benjar Sadhu Sama Manu Balaya Benjar Sadhu Dino Tishta Dido Membawa Sudo Kayo Memba Subo Kayo Membawa Anurado Memba Sawa Siddhi Memba Yaza Sawa Karma Suzame Siddham Shriya Guru Ha Bhagavana Savada Benjaram Bami Munje Benjaram Bhava Mahasam Sadhu Om Benjar Sadhu Samaya Manu Balaya Benjar Sadhu Dino Ba Dishta Dido Memba Sudo Kayo Membawa Subo Kayo Memba Anurado Membawa Sawa Siddhi Memba Yaza Sawa Me Siddham Shriya Guru Hong Ha Bhaga Sarva Dada Gada Benjaramani Benjaram Bhava Mahasamaya Sadhu. Please, you wait here. Later we have to throw this outside. Okay, wait. Yeah, first I have to read. Yeah, here. Om Bi Gana Dagi Da Hong Pe Om Subhava Shuddho Sarva Dharma Subhava Shuddho Tongbe Ngangle Omle Jungwe Rinpoche Nyu Yangshen Gyachebe Nangdo Oma Ahong Shuva Le Jungwe Dhamma Dangshi Dhaba Samba Membe Dewa Kebar Jeke Nyembe Namge Tada Nyamba Omaga Zava Mena Adi Nimena Dede Oma Ahong Beso Omaga Zava Mena Adi Nimena Dede Oma Peso Omaga Zava Mena Adi Nimena Dede Oma Beso Name Zava Dada Gada Walo Gede Oma Sambara Namo Sarva Dada Gada Walo Gede Oma Sambara Namo Sarva Dada Gada Walo Gede Oma Sambara Jom den de de je ba ren je ma la cha ze lo de je ba song ze dang ba la cha ze lo de je ba kun jam le lo cha de je ba dam je da yong zo de wa la la cha ze lo jom den de je ba ren je ma la cha ze lo de je ba song ze dang ba la je ba kun jam le lo cha ze lo de je ba dam je da yong zo de wa la la cha ze lo jom den de ren je ma la cha ze lo de je ba song ze dang ba la cha ze lo de je ba kun jam le lo je ba dam je da yong zo de wa la la cha ze lo康熙怎么有啊？中国小做的，什么小姐做的，什么姐那做的，就是给我送的吧，太当太了多么呢？上我小姐了吧？对现对我忙不的，却把的过去了，你别上吧希望。什么姐了，偏偏什么听亲戚给不给，人给人些对你就是。都是养到他们了，长跑的就中国公了，结巴风暴的，给龙给着的。全家没去看呀没，草原说了跟着子，让给绿了别龙了，先了那把马去。我们先不我们中国看到个绿了，我把那些。年的年娃说着了，天给让给那说的少不多用，送包呢红灯给。Om Gyan Bhagyan Mane Bhagavane Sambhane Om Dam Gyan Gyan Om Dam Gyan Bhagyan Om Mane Om Bhagavane Gyan Sambhane Om Dam Gyan Gyan Om Dam Gyan Good morning to everyone. First, I would like to say I'm very happy and I'm very glad to visit White Lotus Center in Rochester, and I meet you all disciples here, So then today I'm also bestowing Ajichogadama empowerment. So as you know, Ajichogadama is our Digunga lineage. She is main Dharma protector. And also today I believe today we got some rain. It is a auspicious sign. Really, during the Achi empowerment, or when we do Achi practice in Tibet, there was some time, the snow during the practice. Sometimes they got a snow, raining. This we believe, it's a very auspicious sign, because we are, Degunchoba Jinde Sumgo, he believe everything is interdependent, dental. So this is a very good auspicious for us. Then, so later I'm going to bestow this empowerment. Mekan will be translation into English. Is much better, because empowerment is a Dharma words. Some is not easy for me to translation, so she will do. Really, it's a very. So also, really today this Achi empowerment, and we are going to do a practice of Achi. We call it, Yangsang, means inner deep secret. So which means you already have a dyslexia. So this I will, after the one, then I will explain you how to practice. So this Achi is, like my previous, he did a practice, and Achi appeared to him like this form, So we call Achi is the great Dharmakaya form. So today, first I give Achi empowerment, then later afternoon we do a practice. So then I'm also, this today and tomorrow we are doing a Achi practice, and tomorrow we have this Zambala empowerment. So these two are very important. I'm thinking these days, because especially these days, very important. In the nowadays, everywhere, global, they have, you see, like first thing, there are many, disasters and many problems, economic problems, many crises, many war, like in a different country. So if you practice really Apchi, summoning prosperity, and Zambala, of course, really Achi, inside also have Achi, summoning prosperity is a similar like a Zambala. And tomorrow also we are practicing a Zambala. So this two, like a deity help and bring us, good luck and summoning and to us. So especially I'm thinking, like in your center, I visited first time here. You have here Kembo. He have been here like almost 6 years teaching here. Very good. And also now you have very nice center. I'm thinking if you practice every day like more Zambala and Achi summoning prosperity, then really one day you will have your own center. Really, it's important for, I'm thinking, for long term. You need your own center. Then you can do more dharma activity. It's like so these are very. That's why really Zambala is very important to practice. Really, not we are thinking for ourselves. We have to think for, if you practice Zambala and Achi, Samana prosperity, really definitely it will help. You see, in the world, there are many poverty, people, if you practice. So we call, Dharma is interdependent, Buddha said. And we also, Digungaji, believe are interdependent very strongly. So that's why if you practice this, I'm always thinking, before the pandemic, when I was in Singapore, we did a Zambala program, puja, and after that we did Malaysia. Then after that, somebody called me, because after that we got this pandemic, Certainly, then people say they lost a job and many things, difficult in their life. Then they said they practice. Then I told them should practice every day. Really, we need this Zambala's blessing and power to not only myself, to global, economic will be growth. If really world is, they have everything is going smoothly and wealthy, and everything, will be more peace really in this world. So then I pray you for this, really. Here, in America, we have many Dungaji center, So Rochester really is a very old center, really. So now you need one own like our. And I also pray you really. Then you also do a more Zambala every day. Then this is a very, very important. Okay. So then the 지당 아랑조 왕 칸데지 주네야 토마 아니 남가드냐베 셈제 탐제 대화던데 동해던데 선배 안된데기 답에 셈게 상보 아니 장주 셈도 된바 디르지 그거레스 디베 계신부래 장주 셈생에 때문에 안조 삼로지 야천부지 당와이나 되나 되게 오늘 땅와 점기 빼 뉴바천부 한 편도천부 이거레스 그래서나 랑이 줄라야 녀망바 도자 셰다 안 대가나 신기 나제 타도 라서바 매와이나 왕들의 쉬비가봐 안 되게 뉴바되게 아슴제 탐제 장주기 셈바 좋네 아니 앞지 쇼기로 왕대 쉬바이나 아니 베 메스베 편도천부 이거레스
So whenever we receive an empowerment, it's very beneficial, it's very important to start from thinking of all sentient beings, all mother sentient beings who fill space. May they be happy and may they be free of suffering. So we start with this kind-hearted, good-hearted, wholesome-heartedness, bodhicitta. So we need to start with this bodhicitta motivation. And this is very, very important because if we think about bodhicitta, especially from a kind of vast perspective, from the big picture, bodhicitta is incredibly powerful and very beneficial because in our mind streams, we have these afflictive emotions of ignorance, desire, hatred, arrogance, jealousy, and so forth. So when we receive an empowerment, we want to receive it with a mind, full of bodhicitta, not full of these afflictive emotions. So we receive it with this motivation of bodhicitta that through that, all sentient beings can transform into bodhisattvas and receive this empowerment of Achi with us. So it's incredibly beneficial.
근데 kulong sangbo dinda kene tinyamdo ani semje tamje dinal zo di dirdo jayum tabena dorje phamogi goba tobarchas khasna dina lama jobaji dengbo yidamdi dorje nejorma indi anjoge samlo khaltang wasna semje tamje ani dorje phamogi goba tobarcha nyame dinda ani
So when we start with this excellent, wholesome motivation, then the main thought that we should have is may all sentient beings become or reach the state of Vajravarahi. May they become like Vajrayogini, Vajravarahi. So in this practice, the guru of the practice is Lord Jigten Sungchen. And then the yidam of the practice is Vajrayogini. So that's why our kind of the main thought for the motivation or the main intention is may all sentient beings reach the state of Vajravarahi.
근데 인도 대체를 여조배 상계 때바로 뭐지 담지기 아니 상계기 때문에 닝보도 어디 뭐라서 땅에 냠lenche na zo de cha cha shin bu dang an na ro chu du an de ne indu an joba dia an domba sum den zo indu an da zo di abji shu de ma de da jidang de abji lo ju si shu go sa la inde indu 안 압지리지다 주고 군도 상모 롱조 조베기 아니 요문가 안 두고 dorje phamo phakse tindere dwalong mayo shindu an digun ka ju ta tempa song la dwalong tindere no
So now the essence of the Buddhist teachings is the Mahamudra and the 6 yogas of Naropa. And then in terms of the conduct of the Buddhist teachings, the essence of the conduct of the teachings are the 3 sets of precepts, the 3 vows. And now I'd like to say a little bit about Achichuki Droma and the history around her. So in Dharmakaya form, she is Samantabhadri. In Sambhogakaya form, she is the 5 mother Buddhas, the 5 mother Buddhas of the 5 families. And then in the Nirmanakaya form, she is Vajra Varahi or Vajra Yogini. And then in addition to this, she is a special protectress of the Drikung Kagyu teachings.
지다 아주 최근 도마디 총유 벽이 되고 다다 되고되기 여러 기타탕 될라도스 총레스 지다 당보 앞지 마총 콩라 지다 앞지 yap다 юм 딘일 당보 다 군일 보고 제면 도알로 보고메 딘데가블라 아니 롱바델라 내주르바 자침 보셔서 대군들의 코란이 친 아니 아니를 보고메 딘데야 쉬체 안 공기 다 그러니 바유일 내고 뉴스 안 바유일 바게 소염부 나초된 요알로 디길 안 그러니 정상 소리들 도알로 미든조 도나 몰람도 잡치네 부게게 게게도 알로 딘데치니 정상의 바유 코란미들 망고 도간도 공남이 딘데치니 바유 내고를 패 아니 조련도 바유 코라잡 나 사간데 패지 인사래 내가 몰람도 잡 안데네 바 표현lep에 표현lep에는 니마직 용기 일람나 아니 회세를 신부직 회세를 집에 반에 중네 용코랑이 또봄 나라 안 저거라지 일람당 야 yap기 야 일람을 다가나 중도하노 집어지지 않지 회세를 중 용기 봄날 저 일람시아 안 쇼바 랑디 코라니가 바즈 밀람 콜다 바즈 디스커스도 제낭 되는 밀람도 딱전도 약보로 하노 디젤하네 압지초기도 마딱 갈리갈리 юм라 보고 코니 아니 보고도 아주 초기도 마 로알로 근데 인디 아니 종주갑라 지단 부모디 계산이 로스 베진 시스티 와서 디갑들 아니 뭐라 랑싱기 수직이 라 먹었더니 도매기 송탕 도게 엄따레 도다레 들었어 근데 장도게 근데 간드 따디 먼저 앞지 초기도 마디 도매기야 뭐이 세월로 하노 되군기 근데 숭마인 바세 야 이담도 야 샤네 되기도 하노
So Achichuki Droma was born in Drikung in central Tibet, and it's a little bit down from the monastery in Drikung. There's a place called Kidaktang, a little field, and that's where she was born. And before she was born, her parents didn't have any children, and they really wanted a child. And so there was apparently accomplished yogi nearby them, so they went to consult him, and he said, you should go to Nepal to the Swayambhu stupa in Kathmandu, and then you can pray there and pray for a child. So even today in Swayambhu, there is a little chapel where many people go to pray to have a child. So even today, there's this temple at Swayambhu. So that must have been where they went. In any case, they went to Nepal, they went to Swayambhu, they circumambulated the stupa and prayed in that temple, and then they went back to Tibet. And after a while, one night, Achi's mother had a dream of this mass of white light came and dissolved into her womb. And then her husband had the same exact dream of a light dissolving into his wife's womb. And in the morning, they woke up and they discussed about their dreams, and they decided this sounded like an auspicious sign. And eventually, it turned out that the mother was in fact pregnant, and so then eventually Achi was born. And when she was very little, like maybe only 4 years old, she learned how to say the Tara mantra without anyone teaching her. Just on her own, somehow she could say this mantra, Om Tari Tu Tari. And so for that reason in Drikung, everyone considered her to be an emanation of Tara. So, she's both a protectress of our lineage, but also an emanation of Tara. So you can see that even though we pray to her as a Dharma protectress, she's also can be considered a Yidam deity in her own right.
아니 니네다 압지 공로야 첨부패네. 니네 아니 압지마 캄라 도스페로알로 캄라페니게 아니 된다디 에메츠림 자조 나서 지금 가지고 교바진 대송목이 야비 야브라알로 아니 공배 내줘봐 자신 보시 그래 니네 캄라페 안 공념도다 많이 직dengi 년득도 다 저기 있는데 앞지가 쉬도하로 쉬도한 공기 다 많이 내줘봐이 나라니 카야메스 라 유드네 카야메 아니 그라 사제 셴발 유 셴바님 대체쇼 송데 안 앞지게다 근데 망보야 쉬네 안 앞지 공기야 쉬니다 나의 지단 직dengi 되바당 근데 셴바데 카야메스 네 나라니라 때내기 아니 제가 부주 약보정하다 한 마음 바상게 된 발패 근데 기우들의 배기 근데 용사레스 안 근데 타마 아니 공기 시에신다 고라니 니득낭 아니 앞지기 숭네 그런 근데 니득치도야 제가 좀베다 근데 망부지 걸어는 깨당 제디 근데 가 지능 저 말해서 안 앞지기 폐직 숭네 남다예 아니 다루토 유엔의 도시네 가발레치네 안 소위 콜로 자신부 걸 근데 진짜 아니 좀보는 저게 땅 들으체로 근데 총레스
So as Achi grew up, eventually she traveled to Kham in eastern Tibet, and she met Amni Tsotum Gyaltso. So Amni means grandfather. He's the grandfather of Lord Jigten Sumgön. So he was a really accomplished yogi, accomplished practitioner. And Achi met him and said, "I'd like to get married to you." And we should get married. And he said, "No, I'm a yogi. I'm not interested in those things, and I don't have worldly interests. And you should go somewhere else." And but Achi just repeated her request over and over again. "No, we need to get married. We need to get married." And finally, she said, "Look, I don't have worldly interests either. But if we get married from our union, I think an excellent lineage of sons will come, and an excellent lineage of children will come, and they will work for the benefit of the Buddha Dharma. So that's why I want to get married." So finally, Amni Tsuntrym Gyaltso relented, but then he said, okay, but for the wedding, like, I don't have anything, I don't have anything that we need to feed guests, or, I don't have anything that we need for the wedding. And she said, that's not a problem. And she pulled out of her robe, she pulled in the right hand a skull drum, and in left hand a skull cup. And then she made a Gana Chakra Tsok feast offering, and had all this manifested all this bountiful food and invited all these guests.
Dine ani Quran la se shishung, the se shinane ani se chigdi da gyobaji den sungo gi yabdir walo. Dine indu an aji Quran ge chida gyobaji den sungo gi da momoro ro. Sa ngazu da khamge le na achi la do ama chima la ro grandmother ro. Dine de achi sin chen toy de inde do la apchi. 아니 아직 그런 게 되니 교바지 되고 뭐 계란 제마 템바 빼베 갑라 이게 계란 게 템바기 숨 가슴 독스치기 근데 아니 아직 그런 게 다시 시네 계란도 낭 아니 대마지 안 아직이 마음바 상계동 자직 패디 안 되게 템바래요 이게 아니 템바 송기 있어 근데 인디 아직 최근에만 말한 저 지당 요소마로 말했어. 지당 아주 딱 표준한 거라. 숨마도 망보여. 숨마 가시야 상계죠. 가시야 사 통보 많이 받는 여러 사계바도 얻는 여러 앞지나 답변나 사주바 dobjo 되네마. 라 도글로 아니 나글로시나 조금 도지 좀 봐. 되게 탑되게 예시 칸도 안 앞지디 칸도 슈네 디그레 숭마 슈네 디그도 앞지 라마 슈네 디그도 가리네 디고레스 근데 인디 문에 앞지디 베 칠레뉴보 자 말한조 수인에다 앞지 직대에 차여질 앞지라야 문에 앞지기 다 중나 나든조 윤도 딱바 장 숭아도 장 아니 앞지기 세르김들이 땅 지나 문에 거랑게 수수기 대박하려네 고대 담지 안 앞지기 녹난 거 그랬어 그래서 대장 아주 지금 거지 지금 말해 아니 신바기 출력배나 닝마이네레 안 대가 나신 기배나 gelug nal tengi yore rono sa tengi mangbo yores abjila tanda pena kembo jingme penso do ine abjil toba de mangbo je de nangjo digum de pedi ngomzar chimbo de mangbo chongjo loju de doano de yores no oh yes
Then they had 4 sons, and one of the sons became the father of Lord Jigten Sungön. And so, in this way, then Achi is like Lord Jigten Sungön's grandmother. And in Kham, they call grandmothers Achi. It means like your grandmother. So, Achi is how she got her name. It's like means like grandmother. So then at some point during Lord Jigten Sungön's life, he had a vision of his grandmother who said to him, I will, when you are teaching the Dharma, when you are propagating the Dharma, I will protect your teachings. And she made that promise to him. And actually not just that, not just his teachings, but she has promised to guard the teachings of the 1,000 Buddhas of the Fortunate Aeon. So Achi Chökyi is not just a kind of normal, your normal Dharma protector, but she, in Tibetan Buddhism, we have many, many Dharma protectors, and some of them are worldly beings, and some of them are on different levels, have attained different bodhisattva bhumis. Some are even like the 8th bhumi, very accomplished bodhisattvas. What Achi is a 10th level of bodhisattva. That's from the sutra point of view. She has completed the bodhisattva path. From a tantric point of view, she is 13th.
No.
It's on the 13th bhumi. Dorje Zimba. Okay. What? Oh, Amber Alert. Thank you. It's like, I know that sound. What's that? Okay, so from the tantric point of view, she's reached the 13th bhumi called Vajraholder. And so with this level of accomplishment, basically she is fully enlightened, and so therefore we can rely on her for different things. We can take her as a dakini, we can take her as a dharma, we can look to her as a dharma protector, we can look to her as a guru. Whatever it is we need, she can serve in that role. And her activities, are very swift. Her blessings are very swift. So if you regularly recite her mantra, recite petitions to her, offer the serkyum, the tea offering, and so forth, whatever it is that you need, like, she will help you. She will bring on that. And it's actually not just the Drikung Kagyu tradition that prays to Achi, but she has devotees among the Nyingma and Geluk too, and many other traditions. And so also like Khenpo Jigme Punsok is in a really eminent Lama in Tibet in the recent generation. He wrote many verses of praise to Achi, and there are many, many stories of miraculous events surrounding her in Drikung as well. So, yeah. Should we take a break? Okay. Maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yes.
How are you? Good. Oh, I'm here, so it's good. Can't be bad, right? Yeah. Oh, I was in Fargo last week, yeah. Got in like 7 last night. Wow. I don't know why you were you know, that was Fargo it's funny when I'm out there and I say Rochester, they think Rochester. And there's also an Albany, Minnesota. Oh, wow.
Hi, sorry to disturb you. You were being so reflective. I mean, because we're looking at like,
I'm unafraid to get my words all the way back to Albany. I've got good Albany.
good to see you. Oh, it's Raja. Raja. It's Raja. Yes, that.
I'll show you it written. No, she is the counterpart of Pakistan.
Oh, yeah.
Basically by your because coming out of one side of her, that's Roger
This Western New York started out, so.
I just paused it. Oh, you got your heard. I thought, I just, because I don't know this one. Sometimes I'm not sure if I'm hearing it right and everything. Okay, so that must have been maybe I was hearing some other.
Yes.
Just keep it going.
But I mean, he's doesn't go to church at all. And so, you know, like he's not saved or anything, he just wears so I really he's just not the person, and he has no problem. So I mean, he'll say, you know, what time do you have to, you know, like extremely supportive. And he practices, you know, we have a meditation room, that's the thing, downside. And sometimes when the weather's bad, he sits, he'll sit where I usually sit, which is not actually the dining floor. It's just too uncomfortable. So, you know, we have this bench. So it's more, you know, but I really make sure he does, you know,
She said, we're gonna get married. Child.
they wanted to put him, this is at Roswell, they wanted to put him through this horrible treatment. It just kills people, you know, they take out all their T cells and replace them. And someone who was the same, I know, we live in an absurd world, we really do. And so I could just, it almost was like the doctor, I think she was like the nurse. One flew over the cuckoo's nest. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but it's an old movie. Yeah, her name was Nurse Ratched. I could just see her almost like, oh goody, we've got another experiment. And so, you know, she thought he was going to buy it. He was not enough shape, unbelievably, to go through 7%. But when we had the meeting with the physician assistant, this was about a year ago, I'm like, no, he can't put him through, you know, and she didn't want to listen to me either, and she finally did. And she went out and she brought the doctor back and about a week later, she didn't get the phone out the doctor. But the doctor goes,
Clarifying, it's like I'm trying to go the opposite.
it was like, she mentioned it so I knew there was another intervention before they brought out the big guns, you know. He's been on it, I mean, you know, we'll just, we're older and you know, teachers. Always in my life, when I saw somebody that was laid out, I used to think, yes, you know, there's always somebody, clearly, there's gone somewhere. Like, I've had a little bit of a different perspective, but I'm sure, I don't think tremendous
You know, and it's like you're at the one now, and you have to.
You've got a little bit, different perspective. So, and mostly I do. My mind is not going to my afflictive states. So, I've always said being fortunate saved my life. You know, it really, honestly, it really did, and I am grateful every day, you know, the actions.
How are our children? It's just amazing. No. That's we were talking about earlier.
Okay. You can't tap the watch. Long. Chat they do.
Because the car seat is
I know.
so okay.
Yeah. Yes. Dinde indu tangi wang korantis decisional walo jida 상매기 마힌바다 요마레 왕 캥고레스 카왕스 좀제 하이메 지당 안조 왕스디 벤나다 이담 간데지 냠렌 시기에네 벤나다 abjida oji su nyamlen chige na thomang anzo wang di khech mures wang mashuna ani nyamlen de china ta di degu de da ta de the yungo mares kasana ko jube chilap sing pe khech mures de indu joba jiden go songdo ala wang tu yula ke na to parses kada 왕이 된다디 랑이 줄에 약보지 배나 드링기 왕다 보이나 앞지기 돌매 왕래 구숨기 왕래 아니 왕 시차교래서 왕 구숨 구시라네 되게 들어 보왕상와 시왕 지왕란 왕시 근데 인도 니 돌왕래서 근데 인도 아니 따지당 아주 룩스엘 당보 왕구 되네 롱체 안 되네 티 도중거래서 디숨디 베 내가 전부다 계속 자고 그래서서 안지다 왕이 주바에네야 주바야 계신 보래 빼는 아주 왕디 나 보이는 장으로 뭐지다 대가나진 아주 대공이라마 신바든 전에 쉬어래서 안 얘기들이 그런 줄봐 도스 왕피디 아니 그런 줄이야 아주 주바도 차르디 안저 좋은네 앞지도 냠낸 시와이나 문에 거랑이 수술라 즉 유담기 질랍슈가당 송매기 아니 질랍슈가당 대가나신기 우룹 토베당 이제 윤고를 했어.
So now to say a few words about empowerment. Of course, all of you know that word and know what it means. But just to say a few words about empowerment, so if you want to practice a Yidam deity, for instance, you want to practice Achi, Chukidroma as your Yidam, then first you need to receive the empowerment. It's very important, because it's said that if you practice a deity without having received the empowerment, you won't get any fruit. The signs of accomplishment and the results of that practice won't arise, because the blessings of the lineage are very important. And then additionally, Lord Jigten Sungkun said that receiving empowerment means the meaning of the empowerment has arisen in your mind stream. So that's how you know whether or not you've received the empowerment, is if the meaning of the empowerment has arisen in your mind stream. So today, the empowerment is called a Torma empowerment. It's granted on the basis of the Torma. And so from the Torma, we receive the empowerment and blessings of the Achis, 4 kayas. And then there's 4 empowerments that are granted through the Torma empowerment. And then once you have received the empowerment, then after that we traditionally, first you receive the empowerment, then you receive the oral transmission that authorizes you to practice, and then you receive the the practice instructions. So it's these 3: the empowerment, the transmission, and the instructions. These 3 are all key parts, and they're all very important to receive all 3 of them, if for something that you are going to practice. Then as to the lineage of the empowerment, that's also very important. So for today's empowerment, I have received this empowerment from His Holiness Drikung Kyamgyön Rinpoche, Chatsang Rinpoche, and also from other Drikung Kagyu Lamas as well. So when I offer this empowerment to you, you think that now this empowerment is being passed into your mind stream, and that the blessings of Achi Chukidroma as a Yidam deity, her blessings as a Dharma protector and so forth, all of those enter into your mind stream, and or also and also that you attain the siddhis or the accomplishments of that practice.
안 근데 지다 아니 나라에 되게 개와 상무도 그런 중에 엔도스 왕지 앞지기 왕 표에시 안 그런 중에 오늘 뭐기 레다 몰람당 근데 망보질 때는 아니 왕한테 앞지 왕 쉐기 거기부터 대배 개와 상무레스 칸스는 상황을 추싱에디 파 두스타디 지 렐하우도 저데 이내 오늘 알아서 samlo yapo istangna kope ting sabu shujires gyuda ken dang susu gi le dang molam tende mangboji madina an kolelo tobe yo mares tende indu kyan zone pe kewa sambres ngara ine thalo gi da lo de nani ta 2023 gi ta Rochester le yong 왕 앞진이 마도스 표에도 뒤에 마랑기 배 즉 레다 몰람 덴데도지 덴데 삼부도스 배 아라인데 셈바페 안고 덴데 총송스 고당보도디 엔데네 좀치네 로디낭기 왕탕보들 덴네고 로
I feel myself very fortunate that I have had this chance to come to Rochester this year in 2023, to come to Rochester and to offer this Achi empowerment to all of you. And this is the result of my own karma, my own aspirations in the past, as well as the workings of interdependent origination. And so I'm very happy about that. And likewise, this then is, I think, also a very fortunate opportunity for all of you to have the chance to receive Achi empowerment. It's not something that comes about easily. These circumstances don't come together easily. If we think about it carefully, it's something very profound and very kind of like a deep, that all of the causes and conditions for receiving this empowerment should come together. It really speaks to your karma and your aspirations made in the past. And in particular, it speaks to the interdependent conditions that have come together to make this moment possible. It's not something that is easily come by. It's not something we should take for granted.
근데 인도 그런조 안골롱 창주선은 되면에 아니 다 예님도 전도 체인스 조디 전도 체디 지준도 제진배조 다기령아 예송기 테마마리 다제지 마미민제 왕남주
So now, please, all of you establish the motivation of bodhicitta, pure motivation, bodhicitta motivation, and then repeat after me. And what you're going to repeat says, Lord, Supreme Vajra Holder, to completely purify the defilements of body, speech, and mind, please bestow the ripening empowerment to mature my mind.
Jizun Dorje Zimbezo Dagi Lunga Yisumki Tima Malu Tagjechir Mami Minche Wang Namzu Mami Minche Wang Namzu Mami Minche Wang Namzu
Lord, Supreme Vajra Holder, to completely purify the defilements of body, speech, and mind, please bestow the ripening empowerment to mature what has not matured. Lord, Supreme Vajra holder, to completely purify the defilements of body, speech, and mind, please bestow the ripening empowerment to mature what has not matured.
아니 니버들 다 로본 도진해 줘봐. 로본야 그런 저기 다 왕국의 라마데 로본데 도진해 줘봐치. 안 되게 돌마데야 아주 추게 도마치. 안 되게 되는 거라서 아니 나 남다라도 잡수도와 수수라니 잡수도야지. 한 수수라니 제 거통하면 사실 되게 탐제 다 해야지. 잡수도 되게 와셔. 안 제수이랑 수수랑이 개와 제샤보나 생기 개와라 제수이랑 와시 아니 창조주도 샘게 봤어 된 아니 개회서 네가 남다고 아니 가서 진도나에 있어.
So next, we visualize the master, so that refers to the master who is conferring the empowerment. The master is visualized in the form of Vajrayogini, and then the Torma, which is in, I guess, on the, do you see the Torma in the middle of the shrine there? That is visualized as Achi. And then in front of these two, the master as Vajrayogini and the Torma as Achi, we recite a prayer that's called the 5 purities. And so the 5 elements of this prayer are first taking refuge, and then confessing sins and misdeeds, and then rejoicing in one's own virtues, rejoicing in the virtuous deeds of others, and then giving rise to bodhicitta for all sentient beings. And then the 5th is dedicating the merit to the benefit of all sentient beings. So this is called the 5-fold purity.
군조 숨라 바jap체 딕바미게 소소르샤 도웨게라 제이랑 상게 창주 이기송 상게 최당 소조라 창주 바도 다jap체 랑신 되니 랍룹치 창주 셈니 케버키 창주 초기 셈니 케게네 셈제 탐제 다기 돈도니르 창주 주조 이원 제버키 돌라 펜제 상게 두버쇼 돌라 펜제 상게 두버쇼 돌라 펜제 상게 두버쇼
I take refuge in the 3 jewels. I confess all misdeeds and non-virtues. I rejoice in the virtues of all beings and hold in mind wakeful enlightenment. Until attaining awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. In order to fully accomplish the purpose of others and myself, I give rise to bodhicitta. Having brought forth the mind of supreme awakening, I welcome all beings. I will engage in the highest bodhisattva conduct that is pleasing to all. May I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. I take refuge in the 3 jewels. I confess all misdeeds and non-virtues. I rejoice in the virtues of all beings and hold in mind wakeful enlightenment. Until attaining awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. In order to fully accomplish the purpose of others and myself, I give rise to bodhicitta, having brought forth the mind of supreme awakening. I welcome all beings. I will engage in the highest bodhisattva conduct that is pleasing to all. May I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings.
Tadine an kiranzo suzu abji chuguduma kumeres. Dindegadu Om Subhawa Shuddha Sarva Dharma Subhawa Shuddha Hang Sati Tongpa Ni Ta Dadi Rwalo. Digabla Suzugi Lui Di Rang Shingi Tongpa Yenba. Ta Penna Kapsu Baba Khanda Komarsana Tanda Ngaranzu Tamegi Lui Di Res Namjungi Ta Lui Di Indi Abji Chuguduma Ta Khai Kuji Marwalo Namjungi Lui Di Indi. Ta Didi Lui Di Matagba Tamji Ta Penna Sangha Ki Kapla 마타바 탐제 타바 탐제 나와 장애레스 근데 인도기 어랑족이 류디 이시기 할 바규르고디 때문에 어랑족이 낭롤라 여백이 샤자기 더 진백이 뇌직 풍부 간대전에야 당 상마 이시를 봐 율고 그랬어 앞지 쇼도 말 배는 어랑기 류낭라 샤 루 따대가나지 루고 뭐는 안자 대가나신 가리 탐지 앞지 줄고 그랬어. 근데 인도기 동배 나래스 동바디니 나래스. 아니 베니 더 두시니 외텐도스 아니 와라도스 베니 이러알 남지도스 코메디. 아주 저기로만디 밤브로시 도알로 디갈 야랑네 스탠딩 로로 디검네 안케지기 로만남 수수랑니 아주 저기도마 시와임바 중세직 야 디식 작보로 셔 중세 시신 중세 초와체로알로 아니 베 계글라 베 앞지디 베 냠침부 브라이 트로알로 대신 제숨 제숨이요 믹스로알로 제숨제 아니 셰디스 게모슈데와셰 셰 좀베 셰레제 울라 아니 동도 rinpoche 제리 안다 야와링아도 작전도 제 쿨랄 하지 아니 다 나사카르보쇼 rinpoche 파르갑다 rinpoche 나서보 디엔데 바체 차예발라 아니 낭세세 멜롱 남데와시 다디 가르총고는 아니 친력이 제대 나한 쪽에 심지 탐지 디날도스 objectina set wores quand 천재들 도알로 세 멜론 진징스 아니 요 터바 예신게 노부 강화스 아니 요 터바 남데레스 따디나라 아니 다 예신게 노부 탐제여 봐시 안데라 소소라 아니 소와 가르답네야 아니 따타마 둡두고레스 아니 샤브니 냠버 셴베스 아니 앞지야 셴데 바체 안 우쪽라 아니 앞지기 다디 도제 파모체로 알로 도제 파모체 대기 지올라 안 교바지는 숨고 아니 회다 쓰지 봐가지 검안 조명이 내숨 아주 조명이 내숨라 엄아홍체 안 도가는 이게 실래 요새 도메버 트네 아니 호미 추기 신감당 롤 추기당 안 대가나신기 오게 되었지 뭐 어디야나 롤 근데 아니 파갈 요새 파갈 포네 근데 아주 추기로 망보지 제타네 랑이 지원이 랑이 릉아 릴 틈송 삼에 근데 미과시고 그랬어
So now we come to the actual empowerment, and first we are going to establish the visualization. So you will hear Rinpoche say Om Sobhava Shuddho Sarva Dharma Sobhava Shuddho Hang. So when you hear that mantra, Om Swabhava and so forth, then please visualize as follows. So the what we are trying to do is we're trying to transform our body, our ordinary form, into through emptiness, transform it into Achi Chukyi Droma. So right now we are just here in our ordinary flesh and blood body, right? It's nothing about you or me looks like Achi, right? So that's our impure, ordinary flesh and blood body. But through secret mantra practice, we purify what is impure, we purify the impure, and then we manifest it, we take what is pure and have it and create an appearance from it. So we're trying to, here, I guess you could say, build a pure appearance. We are trying to transform our flesh and blood body into the wisdom deity. So then you have to take, your ordinary physical body, your flesh and blood, all of this, your skandhas, 5 skandhas and sense organs and so forth, all of this we are going to transform into primordial wisdom. Primordial wisdom of Achi. So for example, everything that's in your body, the muscle, the bone, the nerves, all of these different components of your body, all of that we are transforming into Achi Chukyi Droma. So when you hear that mantra, then everything is purified into emptiness. And then it says, from the state of emptiness arises, so out of that emptiness then arises a seat of lotus, sun, and 4 maras. So that's how we normally visualize Achi. I guess we don't have it, or maybe on the Torma, but we don't have an image, right? Of. Oh, I'm sorry, right. Everyone has an image that was handed out to them.
Is that Achi?
No, Keen.
No,
It's
standing.
so it's Achi is standing. So please look at the image that was passed out. I don't know where mine went, but anyway. Okay, thanks. Oh, she's on a horse. Okay, not that one. Anyway, just listen to what I'm going to explain.
Yes,
So out of emptiness arises first. Sarah, please don't do that. Arises first a lotus seat, and then on top of that is a sun disk. No, Keen, please just listen, and because I don't want to have people looking at the wrong image if it's not actually the right one. Okay, so there's a lotus seat, and on top of that is a sun disk, and then on top of that is a corpse that represents the 4 maras. So, and then it says, instantly visualize yourself as Achi Chukyi Droma. So instantly, immediately you appear, so that not piece by piece, but immediately on top of that seat of lotus, sun, and corpse, then you appear in the form of Achi Chukyi Droma. And here's how she looks. She is peaceful with semi-wrathful expression. So she's a little bit wrathful. Smiling and charming. She is radiant and blissful. She has you have 3 eyes. So she's, very lovely and radiant. She has 3 eyes. So she has a 3rd eye in the middle of her forehead. She's smiling. And then she's adorned, it says, your crown is adorned with a conch-shaped jewel and bound up silken crest ornament. You wear divine silken scarves and a white silken gown and are adorned with silken ribbons. So, in other words, she is adorned by all of the ornaments of the Buddhas of the 5 families. Then in your right hand you hold a mirror. So Achi's holding a mirror that illuminates all appearance and existence. So what this means is that in the mirror we see Achi is able to see the outer world and the inner sentient beings. So she's able to see the entire world, all sentient beings in the entire world. That's what the mirror represents. And then in her left hand, she is holding a skull cup containing a wish-fulfilling jewel. It says in front of your navel, so she's holding it here in front of her torso. And then what this skull cup with a jewel in it represents is that she is able to provide anything that you wish. You know, she has this wish-fulfilling jewel. So if you pray to her, your prayers will come true. And then she is standing. So this is also key. She's in standing form. So not riding on a horse, in other words, in this case. And then above the crown of her head is Vajravarahi. So or Vajravarahi, because Vajravarahi is the head of is the lord of the family of that Achi belongs to. So she has Vajravarahi above her head, and then at the three places of the main deity, that means Achi. So at Achi's forehead is the symbol Om, the syllable Om. At her throat is the syllable A, and at her heart center is the letter Hung. And then also at her heart center is a white free syllable. And then from this letter free, light radiates to Udayana. And in Udayana, it's the highest Dharmadhatu Pure Land, the abode of great bliss. So the light radiates there and invites the wisdom beings to come and dissolve into you. So the light invites many Achis who then come and dissolve into your body. So please consider this. Please visualize in this way that all of these Achis have dissolved into your body.
Om Benza Amida Gundale Hana Hana Hong Om Sumba Shudo Sarva Dharma Subhava Shudo Hang Dongbe Angle Benye Dushe Neve Dindo Ge Jege Loma Nam Aji Chugi Doma Shishin Jungse Tushi Gegla Jijin Devi Nyamda Dinshin Jin Sumba Chi Zumbi Shinre Jin Ula Tongdu Rinpoche Zi Tejin Tagi Jebin Purva Kula Lazi Ge Nasa Karpo Pyoga Sowa Rinpoche Nazop Pargabdan Tarjan Namba Tumete Shaye Nansi Sebe Melon Zinche Yun Toba Ishenge Norba Kangwa Deve Tedo Zimba Shabnye Nyambara Shingbe Uzu Do Rida Dorje Pama Te Jivora Je Jigdin Sumge Gombo Yodan Siji Barva Shuba Zomu Ne Sumdo Om A Hongdan Toge Ri Garba Hosirage Homi Chugi Ying Uge Dewa Chimbe June Yugi Shingne Yishe Bajin Tan Lama Namla Timba Yuru Om Gamazidi Sharadamadra Mamadra Som Gamazidi Sharadamadra Mamadra Som Gamazidi Sharadamadra Mamadra Som Sharadamadra Mamadra Som Om Gama Jaya Dhamma Mama Jaya Tedere Chemba Ishemba Dini Minyam Shin Tempore Chave Cherdus Ani Keranzogi Tewala Ani the Dorje those Shawe Mobaches cross the me and the Jumzen Kasna that's also Abjuduma Charles arrest that Tembo Yongachido Miguro Yundunashi Tembo Yongachido yes now.
So now please think that the Vajra has been placed on your forehead and crossed on your forehead as a sign that you have become Achi and been stabilized, that Achi's blessings have been stabilized for you.
Benza dikta benza 당고시 앞지 최기도 매기 왕들에서 도매 왕들 근데 인도 도네 남 같은 성 유어 뭐 칸도 제디나조 티베고서 따디 그랑조 근데 따도 수왕꾸르에 가블라 사무디 땅으로 도르마데 아니 또 남중이 도마 지나다네 많이 받지 앞지랑 도마이 받지 안디 타 삼질 아니 자당 tim바든데기 거디와 제로알로 딘데 잉네스 라조 용조 조바 세베스 안 소조라니 때와 tim바 아마포 두가 홍ombo 라로 세베스 쳔바세 때와 레스 오세카보트베다 아비추게 도마기 안 때와 레 오세카보 트네이 소조라니기 안 때와라 팀바 컴스 안 되게 좀 전에 갔으나 홍 담제도에 왕 거에 아니 앞에 저기로 막 꾸이처럼 계란을 슈네스 안 르기 디바타 네 아니 유메 왕도 쇼스
So now we come to the main part of the empowerment, and it's a Torma empowerment. So first it talks about the Torma. It says the Torma vessel. So there's the Torma there that Jack's picking up. The Torma vessel is a sky blue palace shining like a brilliant turquoise. It is surrounded by rainbow-colored Dakini clouds. At the center of the Torma is the Queen of Space, Achichukidroma, and her retinue of deities. So the Torma has become Achichukidroma. It's not just a normal Torma, but it is Achichukidroma. And then it is surrounded by swirling rainbow clouds and so forth. And then Achi in the Torma, at her forehead is a white letter Om. At her throat is a red letter A, and at her heart is a blue letter Hung. And so now in this next bit, you think that from the white letter Om at her forehead, white light radiates out and then dissolves into your forehead. And when this happens, then you have received the blessings of enlightened form and purified your own ordinary form. And you receive the Vajrabody empowerment. It's called the form vase empowerment.
dormala donne namga tiza yo babe to kando ja de an zo te be uzo dorma injo bande jige dorma la zo yo zo bara se te wa om ga bo dimbara ma bo to ga hong bo namge zemba se te wa om le o se ka bo te Lome dewa tembara gomshi Hongwe tamze dome wangurwe kuye chenla bilash Luge diba dayo ne yume kuye Wang Dobo Sho Om Kaya Waka Zida Abi Kenzo 대 인죽 최기도마 그 본배기 왕 톱스 안 류기 따서서 체크와 도마면 단답을 사셔비 대화 탐지 아니 다스 제우디 아니 두고 더베 가와진 쳐봐이노스
So thus you have received the form-based empowerment of the Queen of Space, Achichukidroma, the obscurations of your body, your bodies that you have had through beginningless time. All of these obscurations are purified, and as a result, you are endowed with the fortune to accomplish the Nirmanikaya as the fruit or the result of this empowerment.
Tormal Haseves, and Tomadia, Takich Abjishurma Cheral, Haseve, and Dimba Ale, Jose Marboji Tene, in Karazogi, Dimba, La Timson Same, and Gondimic Wachins, Tegi Tamze Dome Wangurves, and Abjichu to make the Sungi Chilabdi, and Abjichu to make Sungdan, Karazogi, and Inga, and Yarmedo Chani. The object was Chason Sabe. The day Gomeda Game Sungi want to shows Dimzendi. The Benacranzogi Nadia, Nada, Abjisugi to make Sunga Dawena, Abjisugi to Mada, Yarme Chagores.
And so now, next, Natorma again is Achichukidroma, and now from the letter A at her throat comes red light that then dissolves into your throat. So please visualize that in this next moment. And when that happens, you are receiving the virtues of Achichukidroma's enlightened speech. The blessings of Achichukidroma's enlightened speech, and then her enlightened speech is becoming inseparable with your own ordinary speech. And so that's what this is accomplishing, is just bringing together, making inseparable her enlightened speech and our ordinary speech.
Hongwe damze dome wangwe sungi chenla ngala shu ngage diba dagyo ne game sungi wang tojo a waga bi kenza a waga bi kenza 대 아주 최근에 송 아니 상외기 왕 톱스 나이거네 아니 사베 디고 탐제 다 디우디 아니 수zo 롱구드베 가와진 셔바이노스.
So now you have received the you have received the secret speech empowerment, the empowerment of enlightened speech, and the secret empowerment of the Queen of Space, Achichukidroma, and the obscurations of your speech accumulated over so many lifetimes are purified, and as a result, you are endowed with the fortune to accomplish the Sambhogakaya.
아니 숨바디 dormadi 아치추기도마 dormache 안토게 홍레 호세링온보지 트네 안 키라운족이 닝가라 템순 섬검 아니 대기 아니 아비추기도마 토기 질랍슈네 샘기 디바 타주네 트메 토기 왕도셨다디 아비추기도마 안 토당 키라운족이 샘디 뭐 열매 차네 답변 하다 보다 먼저 최디고 로로 배나 녀모배 왕게 당아서 방법이 커버 추디디 소소랑 얘기 다 동반 얘기 되는데 좀 두고 말아 다 계시 디왕의 슈와에나 앞지기 토당 계란게 셈데 찍도 차네 아니 다 찾아신 이 왕도 제스 동반 얘기 돼 찍고 상호랬어.
So now third, the torma again is achi, and now from her heart, from the letter hung in her heart comes blue light, which dissolves into your heart center. And through this, her enlightened mind and your ordinary mind become inseparable. And so here we are purifying our delusion, our confusion, our deluded projection that we are trapped in so far. So in our mind stream, we have all of these afflictive emotions that block us from seeing ourselves as ourselves actually being emptiness. We don't see the emptiness of ourselves. And so through receiving this empowerment, when Achichukudroma's enlightened mind becomes inseparable with your mind, that is the empowerment of Mahamudra that allows us to see emptiness, to understand emptiness, and to see that we have become the same as Achichukudroma.
홍래 오스르 ngombo trebe lomi ningara timbare gomsi 홍어 담제 도메 왕구르베 토기 진라바 셈라슈 셈게 디바 타준 조메 토기 왕도 홍어 제다 아비켄도 티 아지추기도마 독 아니 셰라비시기 왕수바로 셰라비시기 왕톱 아니 소소기 더 얘기고네 싸베 더 딕바탐제 타네 디우디 추구드베 가와진도 제바이노스.
Now you have received the empowerment of Achichukudroma's enlightened mind, and this is the wisdom empowerment, or the awareness wisdom empowerment. It's the third empowerment. So you have purified all the obscurations of your mind, accumulated with your mind, and as a result, you are endowed with the fortune to accomplish the Dharmakaya.
Tini normal har service, the abjugudum, Dorman, Tini any namnes, ne sumne, Husir, the Badum of a chungnes, and Kranzogi, Lungai, Nesum. La Ani Husir Badum of Tim Sonsame, the Necomains, and Hong Tamze Dome Wangurwe. Ani bena wangkur kabla abji chögedome ku sum yural ku sum tugne chilap ma ta dus yongne yesinirwal ami kiranzo gosumla lunga yesumla shoksum an chanyamgi da digbatamje tanerwal ku sum tuge wang tobsos.
And so now, for the last empowerment, you visualize again the Torma as the deity, and then from the deity's three places, so forehead, throat, and heart center, there's the letters Om, Ah, and Hung. Then from these three places, the three letters, come infinite amount of light that comes out and dissolves into your body, speech, and mind, your three places, forehead, throat, and heart. And so you think, when you hear Rinpoche reciting this verse that starts with Hung, if you hear the Hung, then you think that all these immeasurable light rays have dissolved into you, and you have received the blessings. That the blessings of Achi's enlightened body, speech, and mind are dissolving into you, and have entered into your three doors, your body, speech, and mind. And so this is the empowerment of Achi's enlightened body, speech, and mind, all three doors together.
sarva abhigenzo Oma sarva abhigenzo Om gamo jadam Om gamo jadam Om gamo jadam 대 아주 최고 도매 아니 책이 제왕을 못 접수하라 아니 고숨기 바자다 제바 다 수소라니 영아 유숨기 닉바 아니 바자다 제바 다네스 안디 응오니고도 바이노스 아니 응오니고라나 가능한조 차제 신부에 내린지가 엔데도 하는 응오니라도 라마의 로스 고메메바 수소라니 로스 고메메바 아니 달라마 오지기 말아 지기 봐안 빼나 압지다 계란서 오지기 봐 근데 아니 겨워진 셔바이노스
So now you have received the what's called the precious word empowerment, the fourth empowerment, the precious word empowerment for Achichuki Droma. And so you have purified, through receiving that empowerment, you purify all of the habitual imprints of your three doors. So all negative deeds accumulated by body, speech, and mind, together with their karmic imprints, have been purified. And then, as a result, you are endowed with the fortune to accomplish the Swabhavivakaya. So the Swabhavivakaya means the enlightened body of the essence itself. And so the idea is that you become, when you gain the Swabhavivakaya, for instance, if you think about the Guru, you and the Guru share the same essence. So you become of the same essence with the Guru. You become of the same essence with Achichuki Droma.
단디네 아주추기 도마디 딱 결혼하죠라 까고 하나 숨마직된 차여질라 숨마디기다 결혼하죠라 까디도 라로 까디라나 간들라다 까디 담자샤버로 딱봐 결혼하죠기 딱 숨마디 쓰나 쓰고야 요하노 근데 디디르도 전다디 토르마디 압주초기로 마제 하르세베 땡기 차라 라마체 이담 칸도요체라노 메도 타고도 수종성매 코다 제바 거르데와체 자와도 주바체 발레나 강로 요체라 땡로 요체 마델라마 담반 남기 가당 안 콘주기 까낭샤와당 안 소소기다 안 담지기로라노 된조라 마게와셔라 마데와 안지르 상게기 엠바송 아니 군쪽이 우반테스 라노 제자도 학벌도 노질로마데기 융아 예순라 아니 르다 티마신다 냠도 도네와 압쇼 도네스 네드 안네체 수수라니 있다 네 대가나시기 아니 바지 대가나시기 뒤시기 직바 탐제레 송화당 교바당 Dindegani, the abjure Chingle of cheese, Lamadal. Judgment the source now.
So now we come to what's called like Aji Chukidruma is being appointed to protect you, like she's promising to protect you, and so it says visualize the Torma as the deity, and upon it the Lama, Yidam, and Dakini. They are surrounded by the Dharma protectors, together with their retinues, and all the glorious and holy root and lineage gurus. So, the Torma is you see, like the Guru Yidam, Dakini, and all the lineage gurus surrounded by all the Dharma protectors. And so now the Vajra Master will request to Achi and all of these beings, in general, do not stray from your promises and Samaya, and protect the Buddha's teachings. Praise and glorify the three jewels. In particular, stay with these Vajra disciples, that's us, with their body, speech, and mind, like a shadow. So, he's the Vajra Master is asking Achi to stay with us just like a shadow, to follow us like our shadow, just like a shadow follows a body. Protect them from illness, evil spirits, obstacles, and the dread of the four Maras. Bless them in the most magnificent way. So the Vajra Master is now requesting Achi to protect us and be swift with her enlightened activities.
Torma la seve dengi chala lama idam khandu tagodo jujun soma khodan jab zawada jubara jebe balde lama thamba namge kadan thamle mada war jire sangye ge demba son kunjo ki uban cherado dorje lama de lunga ye sum la ludan de ma shindo do nedin phajo dishi jigbale sonjo bawa shinge lama jajin boze do so Dorama Lara Seve Tengi Chala Lama Yidam Khandu Tagordo Chujin Osuma Kodan Jeba Zawada Juba Jebe Bale Lama Damanam Gada Damlama Devarachi Sangye Demazo Kunjogi Bando Doju Shirado Dojalo Ma De Lunga Ye Leda Demajin Do Nide Pajo Dije Jibale Sunja Bawada Singela Baja Jimbo Zedo Dorama Lara Seve Tengi Chala Lama Yidam Khandu Tagordo Chujin Osuma Kodan Jeba Zawada Palden lama dhamma 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 jaya sangye dhamma dhamma jaya 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 dhamma jaya dhamma jaya dhamma jaya This give to everyone, okay? Each. This you wear. No.
Okay, so now Rinpoche is going to actually confer the empowerment. So everyone please come and line up to receive it.
This long. You see, give. You sit here too. Yeah, first. No, up to empowerment. Gama Jada Gama Jada this dizzy. Yeah, you go. Take dizzy. Gama Jada Gama Jada Mama Dada Soha Yedi Sarvadi Raja Raja Di Mama Di Om Soha Om Mama Dada Soha Yedi Sarvadi Raja Raja Di Mama Di Om Soha Om Mama Dada Soha Yedi Sarvadi Radadi Mama Di Om What's the mantra? Yeah, you said what's the mantra?
All right.
Yeah. Mantra. What's the mantra? Om Mama Dada Soha Yedi Sarvadi Radadi Mama
Me. Thank you. That's it.
Mama
Yedi Sarvadi Radadi Mama Di Home Soha Mama Radadi Mama Di Home Soha Om Mama Dada Soha Yedi Sarvadi Radadi Mama Di Home Soha Om Mama Dada Soha
Yadu Sarvadu Raza Raza Du Mamadu Hongbe Soha Om Mama Sakra Soha Yadu Sarvadu Raza Raza Du Mamadu Hongbe Soha Om Mama Sakra Soha Yadu Sarvadu Raza Raza Du Mamadu Mungpe Soha Om Mama Sakra Soha Yadu Sarvadu Raza Raza Du Mamadu Mungpe Soha Om Mama Sakra Soha Yadu Sarvadu Raza Raza Du Mamadu Hongpe Soha Om Mama Sakra Soha Yadu Sarvadu Raza Raza Du Adu Hongpe Soha Om Mama Sakra Soha Yadu Sarvadu Raza Raza Du Mamadu Hongpe Soha Om Mama Sakra Soha Yadu Sarvadu Raza Raza Du Mamadu Hongpe Soha Om Mama Sakra Soha Yadu Sarvadu Raza Raza Du Mamadu Hongpe Soha Om Mama Sakra Soha Yadu Sarvadu Raza Raza Du Mamadu Hongpe Soha Om Mama Sakra Soha Yadu Sarvadu Raza Raza Du Hongpe Soha Om Mama Sakra Soha Yadu Sarvadu Raza Raza Du Mamadu Hongpe so o mama sakra so aya sarvalu razadu mamadu hum so o mama sakra so ayardu sarvadu raza du mamadu hum so mama sakra so ayardu sarvadu raza du mamadu hum so no mama sakra so ayardu sarvadu Sarazadu mamadu hongpe so no mama sakra so ayardu sarvadu razadu mamadu hongpe so no mama sakra so ayardu sarvadu razadu mamadu hongbe so o mama sakra so ayardu sarvadu razadu mamadu hongbe so o mama sakra so ayardu sarvadu razadu mamadu hongbe so
다시 뭐주지 신용소 담배 보다나 두바더지 장진 본된들이 나로서 진랍주 주마제베 지주비라메 다시 강시 대진 저기서 밤에 윤대 인제 견점 저주주대 말을 잡제 뭐 공부 파모드베 다시 오면에 저지거나 파자베 라마림보 구젠다 베제 바바라시 송티제 저기가 도도베 미교도제자 파상게 디다시 도마 바다다게신 삽제되다 데마 되제담보는 보제 탐제되다지죠 라바숨게 주장 모거다제 도버데 제메도베 속에 긴딘데베다시쇼 스스무원도 도와 말레 상게 동게 덴베 송마제 도베 삼보지진 듭제 이시zam도 아지다시쇼 네데니 모델레센 니모기야 델레시 닌자다도 델레 짬네 군조 송게 댕데 델레쇼 다들 앞지광 자산지 두브레스 안데는 조다 왕 슈자네 원한족이 담직 생데 개침브레스 담직난 조디 답지 응아든조 소소기 윤도 창고르직스 도 창도나 빼야고요레스 다이 콘도 슈바나신에 네 앞지디 야부 dum나 소소 토틀레 빼 야고용그레스 네, 한조 담직란 개치주에 가서나 라마이네레 로마이네레 저기질라 최기 왕국당 대화되는 샤수나 안저기질라 담직의 야고지 그래서 담직 예 아주 야고 토바이나 나랑 저기 냠린 가르치네야 빼 무릎도 상하게 기다베나 라직 두바이나 가리 두바이네야 무릎 라고래서 무릎 라나 공다 베나 칠랍든 좀 마슈게당 소소기 주디 야고차에 무릎 쪼드 가서나 네 아나스 딜돌 소소기 주디 장주기 셈다 줄드나 아니다 규백이 그나 질라비네레 아니 왕기 주네 되게 질라분도 수술하는 게나 하는 수술하니 셈바데야 아니 뉴어도 장주 셈바차 아니 장주 셈바차나 아니 장다 시 탐지 직벌에 근데 아저기 사모나 요즘도 그래서 장주 셈되면은 나랑 저 배나 저기 하드레 간다지 고바이네야 한 태zam기 자 배우도 이거데 야 뉴버튼도 말했어 근데 인도인 아주 가디네 가름 부지 송도 앞에나 왕게 담지가 조디 장주sem라나 편다 너도 시는 아주 가래 녀몽 봐봐 봐 녀몽숨 되면은 너자시다 데모숨 되면은 안소 장주sem래 장주sem 받침 부자래 안 대군에 소소랑을 기바 시행래 기바 아니 잠블링 탐제를 시대 용해당 근데 방고지 장주sem 주는 거래서 근데 이제 저 담직 되래서 나 아니 저도 변주인의 지기라 지구시에 집에 계신 분에 아니 라마도 라마 아니 내가 요이 아니 소소기 개외신이 캠보 수인의 눈솔이야 지구시에 계신 분에 그래서 담직 자와든지 자기 그래서 근데 아니 담직 송에 이제 제 있지
Jackson.
이제 탱거지
So now we've completed the Achichuki Drama empowerment, and now we will promise to maintain the Samaya, the commitment to practice that comes with the empowerment. So for the Samaya, for this empowerment, it would be wonderful if you can, on a regular basis, recite one mala, so like on a daily basis, recite one mala of Achichuki Drama's mantra. Because, as I said, that her support and her enlightened activities are very swift, and so similarly, once you have received an empowerment, then this samaya, this bond between guru and disciple, and between Dharma siblings, Dharma brothers and sisters, it's very important to keep that bond, keep that relationship harmonious between each other. So if you don't maintain the samaya, then you can do a lot of Dharma, so to maintain the samaya and then practice, then you can gain the accomplishments, the siddhis, the attainments from the practice of the deity. So then if you practice and maintain the samaya purely, then the blessings of the deity can enter into your mind stream. And so the most important part of the samaya then is to be able to maintain bodhicitta in your mind stream. And so, when you can develop bodhicitta, it benefits yourself, it benefits others. You actually, through the blessings of the deity, then can become, a bodhisattva yourself and be able to benefit yourself and others and benefit the whole world. So if you practice a deity without bodhicitta, there is benefit, but you don't get any power out of that practice. So like Garchen Rinpoche is always saying, the most important part of the samaya is actually bodhicitta, because we have these afflictive emotions. So what is bodhicitta? Bodhicitta is the absence of afflictive emotions. So if you, in your mind stream, is suddenly free from desire, hatred, arrogance, jealousy, and so forth, that is bodhicitta. And through cultivating that, then one becomes a bodhisattva. Then as a bodhisattva, one is able to bring happiness. It's pleasant for yourself and others. and you can bring peace to the whole world. So that's the most important part of the samaya is bodhicitta, and to, be, whether it's between you and your other dharma siblings or between you and your master, your teacher, it's very important to maintain that dharma relationship, to maintain that harmonious samaya bond between you, and so between dharma siblings, and then also between the students and their teachers, and always to show respect to your teacher, to Kempo, and so forth. So now please recite this. Please repeat after me that you promise to uphold the samaya.
야 앞지기 송아디 지다 ring부도 야 참고로 직 맞추네 일단 유자직 저도 당도로
니시자지.
자직 저거야 종나도 원 말라서로 맞추네 네 유자직들에 맞춰 보시네 하고 그랬어.
So Achi's mantra is kind of long, so if it's too much, so the main thing is to recite it on a daily basis. So even if you can do a full mala, one mala round, so like 108, that would be wonderful. But if that really is too much, you don't have time, then 7 times, 21 times, something like that. But the important thing is to not miss a day, to do it regularly every day. Yeah, and now repeat.
Yeah. 이제 그게 날지 그냥 이제 나와. 조지들 가제와 대다 탐제 다기기 댕네 잠데 다텐도 켈라다니 몰라나 케기로마 송와당 차시장네 제두솔 차시장네 제두솔 차시장네 제두솔.
Master, I will do all that you command. Since I have offered myself as your servant, from now on, please look after me as your disciple and use a portion of my offering.
So we do a short dedication, page 27. Changju Semjo, yeah. Changju Semjo Rinpoche Mage Panam Ge Gyureche Ge Banyambar Mebayang Kone Konto Pewasho. In English.
Precious mind, where does unborn may it arise, where it is born may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher.
So we take break, yeah?
Yes, now we'll take the lunch break.
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. 2:30.
2:30?
Yeah, 2:30. Okay. Yeah. Hello. Nice to meet you.
So 2:30 it is, and special thanks obviously to the Lama and Kempo, but also to Megan for translating and for Soltram for making the torma. So please take a look at the torma if you like.
Is that made of wax?
No,
Butter?
it's like sometimes butter, this time dough. Sometimes even they do it with clay now to preserve it. All right, 2:30. See you back then. Yes. Yeah, sure. Let's open the store for you right now. It's a choice. Okay. Well, you want to send back? Let's do it that way. Yes. I think so.
So I want to get them one, and I feel like this is a good thing. So for you people on Zoom, the session will remain open. We are taking a 2-hour break for lunch, and we'll see you in a couple hours.
Yeah, great.
Oh, daylight
I'm
savings.
getting on the daylight savings.
It will. You need that on dough, right?
Right.